Okay, so for all the guitars, I used my trusty Stratocaster American Deluxe, something like that. I've had this since I was 16, and it's never let me down. It's great for clean tones, surfy stuff. I recorded this mainly through a small clone chorus pedal by Electro Harmonics, and then into the Dream 65 amp sim pedal. This thing is awesome. Definitely recommend it. Great Fender clean tones, and I don't like to use the plug-in amp sims just because the latency. So this works really well for the way that I like to record. I also did a little bit of processing on the way in, just a tiny bit of EQ, again with my Neve preamp, rolling off everything below 80 hertz, and then compressing it a bit with the 1176. So let's listen to some guitars. So that's the main riff, and then we have a little riff in the verse. And then the chorus guitars. So yeah, those are the three main guitar parts. I doubled it, so just the left and the right without any plugins. Let's listen to that for the main riff. So pretty clean. I went for kind of this chorusy, saturated sound that I really like in Melody's Echo Chamber, their self-titled record. It was a big inspiration for this guitar riff, and sounding almost there. Just needed a little bit more polish to it, a little more definition. So I added some more mid-range with the CQ. So without it. Just kind of makes the guitar like come forward a step. And then the retro color. So this adds a little bit of tape warble and makes it feel just a little more lo-fi. So without it. With it. This distortion module definitely kind of helps bring some of that lo-fi energy too. So that worked really well. I wanted to get rid of a little bit more high-end. Again, emphasize some more mid-range. Really drive home that more lo-fi feel. And then with all of those mid-range boosts, it helps to kind of tuck in some of those harsh resonant frequencies. So Soothe is a good candidate for that. So you can kind of push mid-range into it and then just use this to tame it enough so it doesn't take your ears off. So yeah, really smooths it out, and then some reverb. So I like to add a little bit of an amp room simulation to add more depth, to make it feel like it has a physical space it lives in. So that's the room. So just a short decay room reverb. I just use the stock one in Logic. And then some spring. So PSP Spring Box, this is another great spring reverb. When I don't use the stock Logic one, I'll reach for this one. This one, I just decided it needed to be a little bit more wet after the fact. I like to wait to add a lot of reverb until the mix stage, because it's easy to not judge correctly while you're recording and then screw it up and have to re-record it. So I'll often add a little bit of extra reverb in the mix, and I'll record a little bit drier knowing that I'm going to add that. And for this part, I think I did some automation. Nope, just the volume. So same processing on that part. but the chorus riff is quite different. So the processing here, it's a little bit more full range. It's a little bit wider. It's a little bit more hi-fi sounding. I think I might have even used a different cabinet modeling setting on this. It just, it sounds just bigger and deeper. I don't know. Here's just the raw recording of it too, so you can hear for reference. Yeah, actually, I know what this is. This is the twin reverb setting on the Dream 65. So I added a little bit more compression. Even though I recorded with compression, this just helps to sit in place nicely and just has some unique tone just kind of built in. The towel chorus is a go-to for me. These were recorded with chorus on them, but it just wasn't feeling wide enough. And there's a unique effect you get when you add chorus after you record like through the amp. So chorus pre-amp sounds a certain way. It almost kind of diffuses the modulation, but when you add it afterwards, it sounds like a lot more dramatic. And then I did roll off some high end, just so it didn't feel too shiny, similar to the verse guitar. And then some more mid-range, dialing in a little bit more 1K. So, and then just the amp room. So all that together. And then in context. With you, I feel so at home. Even if we don't know where to go. So there you go. That's the electric guitar. Hopefully this was helpful or inspiring. Let me know down in the comments if you have any questions, and thanks for watching.